students, welcome to this session with respect to rule evaluation. The likelihood ratio is a statistical approach. Generally, this is used for the rules which are having a poor quality or the poor coverage. So here, with respect to likelihood, the larger the value that we get, the possibility of correct predictions will be very much high. Okay, so depending upon the value that we get for the likelihood ratio, so we will tell whether which rule to be considered as the best rule with respect to the classification process. So the formula to find the likelihood ratio is 2 into summation of I is equals to 1 to k fi into log base 2 fi by ei. So what each term tells here is k is the number of class, fi is the frequency of class I covered by the rule, ei is the expected frequency. So here fi is nothing but frequency of class I covered by the rule, and ei is nothing but expected frequency. You can take the snapshot of this. Now, what is this expected frequency? How to find the expected frequency? So this is how you do it. The formula to find the expected frequency is nr into ni by d. So what is this nr? It is nothing but the number of records covered by the rule, whereas ni is nothing but number of records of class I in the training set, and d is nothing but total records in the training set. So you can take snapshot of this also. So make a note of this in your class note also. So let us consider one example and try to find the likelihood ratio for that particular example. So consider the example in which the training set is having 60 positive examples and there's 100 negative examples, and the rules given are: first rule tells that it covers 50 positive example and 5 negative example, whereas rule 2 tells that it covers 2 positive examples and there are no negative examples. Okay, so for this, now I have to find which rule is better, whether R1 is better or R2 is better. So let us consider the rule 1 first, which covers positive example, 50 positive examples and 5 negative example. Consider the formula also. So formula to find likelihood ratio and therefore the expected frequency, both are given here. So from this rule, try to identify what are all the terms that we require. Okay, so first let us try to find the terms that we require to solve the problem. So here, to find likelihood ratio, I need the fi. Fi in the sense here, k value. What is k value? K is nothing but the number of class, right? So how many class we have here? We have 2 class. One is positive and the other one is negative, correct? So there are 2 class, which means k value is 2, correct? And then we have fi. And we have fi. So what is fi here? Fi is nothing but frequency of a particular class in the given rule, right? So frequency of a particular class in the given rule. So first I'll consider f plus and then I'll consider f minus. So first f plus, what is frequency of positive class? When I say frequency, it is nothing but the number of records that is covered, correct? So f plus here is, as the rule says, it is going to cover 50 positive example. F plus will be equal to 50, whereas f minus will be equal to 5, because the rule says that it is going to cover 5 negative examples. So I think you have understood what is this f indicates here, the frequency, which is nothing but frequency of a particular class covered by that particular rule which you have considered. So the rule R1, it is covering 50 positive examples. So F plus will be 50, and rule R1 is covering 5 negative examples. So F minus is equals to 5. Okay. So now you have to find And if to find expected frequency, you need NR. So what is this NR? Total records covered by the rule. So total records covered by the rule means what? So here 50 positive, 5 negative. So totally 55, correct? So NR will be equal to 55. And NI. NI is what? What is this NI here? NI is nothing but in the training set, what is the total positive class that we are having and total negative class. So Ni becomes N plus and N minus in this case. So N plus will be, so as the given in the definition, it says that it is going to cover 60 positive class. I mean, in the training set, we have 60 positive records and 100 negative records. So N minus will be 100. And then D, as you know, so it says 50 plus 100, so it is 160. So I hope you have understood how these values have been found. Okay, so just see here again, when consider a particular rule and identify all the terms that we require. K will be equal to the number of class. So the number of class here is 2, that is positive class, negative class, positive example, negative example. So 2, K value will be 2. And Fi is nothing but frequency of the particular class. So frequency of particular class means, so F plus I'll get and F minus I will get. What is this F, where you are going to find? Is it with respect to the training record? No, it is with respect to the rule. Okay, so how many positive records are covered by the rule that we are going to record it as F plus. So the rule says here it is going to cover 50 positive example. So I've taken F plus as 550. Whereas the rule is telling that it is going to cover 5 negative example. So F minus will be considered as 5. Clear? And then to find the expected frequency, I need formula that is NR into NI by D, where NR is nothing but number of records covered by the rule. So how many records the rule is going to cover? It says it is going to cover 50 positive and 5 negative. So add these and write, that's all. So 50 plus 5 is nothing but 55. So NR becomes 55. And NI, again NI is here. So NI means positive and negative both you have to consider. So this is with respect to training record, training set given, right? So how many positive example or how many records that belongs to positive class, right? So he says that in the training record, we have 60 positive example. So N plus becomes 60 and N minus again with respect to training record. So what is he telling in the question? He says that training record contains 100 negative examples. So 100 record that belongs to negative class. So N minus will be equal to 100 and D, it is nothing but total records. So you have to add positive class as well as negative class, 60 plus 100, so 160. So this is very important. Identifying this is very, very important to get the proper answer. Many students make mistake while considering the terms here, F plus F minus, N plus N minus. These two, they get confused and end up with the wrong answer. So be careful, student. This F, when I say Fi, it is with respect to the record covered by the rule, whereas N is with respect to the records given in the training set. Okay, so now we'll proceed with identifying the values. So to find the likelihood ratio, first we have to find the expected frequencies, right? Because other values we having it directly. So it's been directly given to us. So first find expected frequency, and while finding expected frequency, you have to find it for positive class as well as for negative class. That is, EI is given. I here is having two values. It takes two values, I1 and I2. I1 represents positive class, whereas I2 represent negative class. So first I'll try to find E plus. So this is how it will be. So NR into N of plus by D. So NR we have already know the value 55. So N plus is nothing but 60 and D is 160. So the value is 20.625. So expected frequency of positive classes 20.625. Okay. So next, expected frequency of negative class. So the formula remains the same. Only thing is, instead of plus, you are going to consider it as negative class. So according to that, the value we get the value to be as 34.375. So this is the expected frequency for the negative class. Okay. So once the positive class and the negative class expected frequencies are found, now it becomes very easy for us to perform the calculation with respect to likelihood ratio. Right. So likelihood ratio formula, the expanded formula for the likelihood ratio is, so LR of R1 is twice of, so summation I is equals to 1 to k we are having. So I is equals to 1 represents positive class, whereas I is equals to 2 represent negative class. So this will be the expansion of it. So now when I substitute the values, what I get, so this is the value substitution that we have. So in place of F plus, I'm going to substitute value plus, and in case of E plus, I'm going to substitute its value, which is 20.625. And similarly, with respect to negative frequencies, F minus and E minus. So finally, I'm going to get the value to be as 99.94. So the likelihood ratio value for R1 is 99.94. Okay. So same thing now we have to do it for R2. So hope you have understood how to find likelihood ratio for a particular rule, right? So this is how it is. Just take the snapshot of this. We'll continue. Now we'll take the second rule and perform the same thing. So here the formula remains the same. Formula won't change, right? The only thing that changes the values for each term. So here k value again will not change, because the same training record what we have considered, which is having positive class as well as negative class. So k value is 2 only. Fi, F plus and F minus changes, because as I told, F plus and F minus is with respect to the rule, given rule, correct? So here F plus will be equal to 2. Why it is so? Because it says that rule says that so F plus is 2 and F minus. So what is F minus? F minus is 0. That is because it says no negative examples are covered. So F minus is 0. So then what we need to find the expected frequency, I need NR, NI and D. So what is NR? NR is nothing but number of records covered by the rule. So whether it is positive or negative, what is the number of records it covers? So it is 2 plus 0, which is again 2. So NR will be 2. What is NI? NI is nothing but N plus and N minus. So N plus here is with respect to training record. So how many positive examples are there in training record? It is 60. And how many negative examples are there? It is 100. So it is 60 and 100. N plus will be 60. N minus will be 100. And then what is D? D is nothing but total records. So here total record, how to find? You just add the number of positive and negative class that is given in the question with respect to training record. So he says that it is having 60 positive and 100 negative. So D is again here 160. Okay, so these values again, I just repeat this. How did I get this? K2, that is because you are having two class, positive class and negative class. F plus is 2, that is because F is nothing but with respect to the rule, how many positive examples is covered in the rule. So it is 2 positive example. So F plus will be 2. And F minus is with respect to how many negative rules being covered by the rule. So here he says no negative example. So no negative example means 0. Right? And the NR is nothing but number of records covered by the rule. So how many records are covered here? It is combination of both positive and negative examples. So which is nothing but 2 plus 0. Again, it is 2 only. Okay. So to find N plus, we consider the training record. So when I consider training record, so it will be 60 positive. So N plus is 60 and 100 negative. So N minus is 100. D is 160. So let us find E plus now, expected frequency E plus for this rule. So E plus for this rule is 0.75. So how did I get that? Substituting the values that we have listed here. So NR is 2, N plus is 60, N minus is 100. So it is 0.75. And then consider E minus. So for E minus, again 2 into 100. Why 100? Because n minus is 100. 100 by 160, which is nothing but 1.25. So E plus and E minus for R2 is identified. E plus for R2, that is expected frequency of positive class with respect to R2, it is 0.75. Then expected frequency of negative class with respect to R2, it is 1.25. Right? So now let us consider the expanded form of likelihood ratio formula. So which goes like this: f plus into log base 2 of f plus E plus f minus into log base 2 f minus by E minus. This is the expanded formula. So now I'll substitute the values for this. So when I substitute the values, so this is 0, which f minus is 0, so second term becomes 0 straight away, and we have to calculate only the value for the first term, which the total value for R2 it is 5.66, right? LR of R2 is 5.66. Okay, so take snapshot of this. Hope this is understood. Correct. Now what we have to do, what is the next step? And the next step, what we are going to do, we are going to compare both the values, that is likelihood ratio value for R1, likelihood ratio value for R2, and see which is having greater value. And as I told earlier, greater the value for greater the value of likelihood ratio, greater will be the chances of correct prediction or correct classification, right? So from the calculations that we carried out so far, we know that likelihood ratio for R1 is 99.94, whereas likelihood ratio for R2 is 5.66, which is greater obviously for R1, right? So since R1 value is 99.94, I can consider that R1 is the better rule. So and we can use R1 for the proper classification. So this is how you identify likelihood ratio. Thank you, students. If you have any doubts or queries or for feedback, you can write back to me. Thank you.